Hello folks, it's Anahita Rao and I am back again with another video. So I wanted to talk about a couple of things today. First, I would like to speak about what is going on in the sky at the moment, and that is a very rare Jupiter transit. So Jupiter is transiting the Gandanta zone from March 14th till May the 8th. And then again, it will do so from 31st of October till November the 9th. So let's get started with that, yeah? Okay, so first things first, if you have not yet done so, please subscribe below by hitting the hand button on the right hand side. Thank you, folks. Now, when it comes to forecasts and transits and things like that, I actually write a monthly detailed forecast which speaks about what's going on, including the full moon and the new moon. So what I would suggest is have a look at my website, and in fact you can subscribe to that monthly forecast as well so that you get it delivered to your email every month when I write it. Again, the website is simply anahitarao.com. Thank you. Okay, so now starting March the 14th, Jupiter transits 29 degrees of Scorpio, which is the beginning of the Scorpio Sagittarius Gandanta zone. Normally, a Jupiter Gandanta transit, which takes place every 4 years or so, is for a short time. It's usually around 10 days when it makes that transition. But here we are experiencing it for nearly 2 months because of Jupiter's retrograde motion, which happens starting on April the 11th. Now, if you're going through Jupiter Dasha, or Jupiter represents a pivotal point in your birth chart, it could be in your Kendra, it could be your Lagna Lord, like it is for Pisces or Sagittarius, then you're probably going to feel it the most. Now let's get into what Gandanta is. What does it mean? And how does it play out? So now Gandanta is defined as a spiritual knot. Yeah? The word Gand means knot, and Anta means end. And at the moment this is taking place at the end of Scorpio and early Sagittarius. Now, why does this personify a Gandanta zone? Well, simply because we're moving from a water sign to a fire sign. Of course, it happens with Pisces and Aries, and it also happens with Cancer and Leo. But this particular Gandanta zone, from Scorpio till Sagittarius, is the toughest because the tail of Scorpio contains the poison, and it's considered to be the most karmic point in your chart and the Zodiac. Now, what does it mean when we're going from water to fire? Well, when we're going from water to fire, as you can imagine, those two elements are not compatible and they don't mix well. Yeah, it can lead to, in nature, it can lead to things like floods and fires, right? So water can destroy fire by overwhelming it with moisture, and fire can destroy water by evaporating it with its heat. So in essence, with water signs, we're experiencing a dissolution of some kind, an ending. And with the fire, after that, is a creation, a new beginning. Yeah? Now, Gandanta generally refers to points in our chart for unraveling old karma. And it implies endings of sorts. Similarly, in transit, we can experience it in that way. Now, all of us, of course, have karmic knots of some type. In fact, our birth chart itself is a map of our inherited karma. But when affected by Gandanta degrees, we usually experience this karma as a much more dramatic collision with destiny, in the way that I described what happens in nature with the floods and the fires. And in this way, what happens is that, and because of this, it causes instability and loss of will where it occurs. In fact, this is what is regarded as karmic, that which is destined, where we have less free will, and where we experience a loss of control. And remember, what is Scorpio anyway? It's the natural 8th house, which is transformation, change, but not just any kind of change. Unexpected change, sudden change, and sometimes traumatic change, often against our will, and at times leading to separations and endings. 8th house also represents our weaknesses, our addictions, obsessions, attachments, hidden things, death, and rebirth. Now, Jupiter is going through the 8th house, the natural 8th house. And Jupiter is all about knowledge, wisdom, protection. So you may experience an epiphany that may come to you suddenly. Perhaps something that has bothered you for a long time. And suddenly the solution is right in front of you. Jupiter, through this transit, is in the Scorpio portion going through the nakshatra of Jyestha, which is ruled by Mercury. And Mercury is debilitated and retrograde during the same period that this Gandanta happens. So in this way, these planets are forming a connection of sorts. So the message that this Gandanta will bring will come to you swiftly through your intuition rather than logic, because of Mercury's debilitated position. Mercury going through Pisces, being debilitated, means that you can only really effectively tap into its energy through your intuition, because it's not going to be behaving in a logical manner. So what I would say is pay attention to your dreams, your hunches, your feelings, as your intuition will guide you very well through this transit. Also check to see what Scorpio and Sagittarius represent in your chart, and check Jupiter's lordships. Remember, at the same time, we're experiencing a Parivartan yoga as well with Jupiter and Ketu that are exchanging houses. Ketu ruling Scorpio and Jupiter ruling Sagittarius, so they're in each other's houses, giving us again a hint of potential endings and where we need to let go. For example, if you're a Taurus Lagna, this upheaval is taking place in your 7th house of partnerships and your 8th house of resources. You could be in a serious relationship or a marriage, and something about your partner is revealed to you. It could pertain to their assets, their inheritance, or you may just be rethinking a relationship seriously. Yeah, it could play out that way. Relationship could also end abruptly, because we're dealing with reversals here due to Jupiter's retrograde motion. If you're a Leo Lagna, then it is impacting your 4th and 5th house, For example, if you're studying a new subject, you could have an epiphany about something you've been studying that you didn't understand before. Through research, again, 8th house matters, you could uncover something beneath the surface which you didn't see before, for instance. Or it could be that you're moving for the purpose of studies and there are some issues related to your residence. There could be a chapter closing in your domestic life, as 4th house is signified by endings. Everyone's going to experience some sort of an epiphany, a revelation, maybe a reversal, perhaps a need to overcome an obstacle during this transit, as retrograde can bring up all of this, especially in Scorpio. But I think you can finally have a light bulb moment here about whatever this matter is, about whatever Jupiter is impacting in your chart. And in this way, the karmic knot can open. You'll get some sort of clarity. Something is ending and something new is starting. You can't yet put a finger on what is new, but you can feel that. And this is a general theme at the moment, with so many shifts taking place in the sky with the planets. And as usual, the dasha has to be relevant for you to really feel it. You could be in a Jupiter dasha, you could be in a Jupiter return. Jupiter could be impacting you in a very personal way. Let's say it's transiting right over your Lagna point. Your Lagna is 29 degrees of Scorpio, for example. I mean, that will impact you for sure. So it's important to see the birth chart and see how it will affect you. Once again, it's interesting to note that Mercury is also in a complex transit till around the same time, till May the 3rd, which is when it will come out of debilitation. So we have the planet of wisdom, Jupiter, and the planet of intelligence, Mercury, both in complex positions for the next few weeks. In this way, I would say control the urge to make quick and abrupt changes, because Rahu and Ketu's movement as well will tempt us to do that, and in some cases perhaps compel us to do that. Jupiter's movement into Sagittarius at the end of March will bring a sigh of relief, because whenever a planet goes into its own house, this is beneficial as it performs well. And if you've not yet unraveled the issues related to Scorpio, you'll get another chance to do so at the end of April, and then again at the beginning of November. Overall, I think it's a good transit though, because some kind of mystery will be solved, some kind of epiphany, some sort of feeling of like an aha moment you might have. So you have to look for signs from the universe, because Mercury's position is also pointing to intuitive communication, not logical communication, as normally that is what Mercury signifies. So pay attention to dreams, omens, undercurrents. But then wait till May, So that's it for now. If you want to read about monthly forecasts, as I mentioned earlier, have a look at my website. I do publish them monthly, and you can also subscribe to them. Thank you, folks.